Welcome to Football In and Out, bringing you football insights on and off the field. In today's video, we are going to look at the Nedbank Cup quarterfinal draw which took place today around 6 p.m. I think, if I'm not incorrect. Yeah, I think it took place around 6 p.m. today. So as we all know that the round of 16 took place and all the games played except the Royal AM game. So as we know that Royal AM at first, round 32 were drawn against Milford FC and that game did not happen. So a winner between the two were supposed to play Sekhukhune United, which that game till date, it hasn't played. So all the Royal AM games are postponed pending communication or updates from the PSL. But we've also seen some updates on the internet that Royal AM lost the case against SARS and the team will be sold. So we're just waiting for the final confirmation and then we'll bring the news forward to you. We saw some interesting fixtures and we wanted to see some upsets as usual, and on this round in particular we saw some upset. So we released a video on the last 32 and we also released another video on the round 16. So we will link both videos on the description. So if you did not watch the videos, you can just simply go and check them out on the description below. So we've made some of our predictions and there were games that we're looking forward to, which we also covered that on those particular videos. So 7 games were played instead of 8, as mentioned earlier, that all the games including Royal AM are postponed at the current moment, but once everything is sorted out, we will come back with those fixtures. We saw goals, we saw red cards, as always, we saw football skills, and most importantly, we got the results that we were looking for. What was also interesting about this season's edition of Nedbank Cup Round of 16 is the fact that no game was decided on penalties. However, there was a game that went to extra time. So that was a game between SuperSport United and Cape Town Spurs. So within 90 minutes, the game was 1-1, and then extra time, SuperSports, I think it's Mabue that managed to score the winner for SuperSport United, and Matsatanza Okopidori managed to grab a winner. So all the quarterfinal dates, times and venues are yet to be confirmed. But before we could get into the confirmed fixtures, let's quickly look at how the round of 16 went in terms of numbers. So we're going to kickstart off with the matches with the high score margins. So now we're going to look at matches that produced the highest number or the most numbers of goals in the last or in the round of 16. So at number 1, we have Orlando Pirates versus Baroka, where Pirates scored 3 goals and Baroka scored 1. So that whole game gave us at least 4 goals, with Mabasa scoring a hat-trick. And then we also have Kaizer Chiefs at number 2, which is similar to the game between SuperSport United and Cape Town Spurs. So both games gave us 3 goals. So Kaizer Chiefs versus Chupa United, Chiefs won that game with 3-0, and it was one of the most interesting games you could have watched for the last 16. And then SuperSport United against Cape Town Spurs, it also gave us 3 goals, with SuperSport netting 2 goals and then Cape Town Spurs netting 1 goal. Out of the 7 games that we saw, 18 goals were scored across all the matches. So now we want to look at the games with the least number of goals, and we're just going to look at one game between Marumo Gallants and Amazulu, where the scoreline ended as 1-0. Marumo Gallants also did the same thing against Pretoria Kellys, where they won 1-0. So they did that again against Amazulu FC. But there was also a controversial moment between the game where Amazulu were robbed a goal. So it's just a matter of, are we gonna say we need VAR, whereas we don't even have the goal line technology? Because if we had that, Amazulu could have equalized and maybe the game would have ended in a different outcome. But then we're not gonna focus on the controversial moment, we're just gonna provide the feedback or the results of the match. So let's quickly look at how the games were. So we had the first game between SuperSport United versus Cape Town Spurs. SuperSports United, Matsatsanza Okopidori, won that game 2-1. And then we also had another game with Stellenbosch facing Bulukwane City. I think Bulukwane City were not interested in playing that game because first half they were nowhere to be found, and that is how Stellenbosch managed to win the game. So Stellenbosch won 2-0. And then we also saw Durban City versus TS Galaxy, which is one of the upsets that we did not expect, but it did happen. Previous to that, I think it was on a Tuesday, TS Galaxy managed to win against the defending champions, which is Mamelodi Sundowns. And then on Friday, they bowed down to Durban City by 2-1. I think that game also went to extra time, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, it also went to extra time. So it's not just one game that went to extra time. Instead, we have two, between SuperSport United versus Cape Town Spurs, and then Durban City versus TS Galaxy. That was the upset that we did not expect, but yeah, it did happen. That's how PSL is for you. So we have Durban City that pulled a winner against TS Galaxy, and then next up we watched Marumo Gallants versus Amazulu, where Marumo Gallants won by 1-0, and followed by Orlando Pirates. As expected, Orlando Pirates are indeed on a quest to defend their trophy, so they won 3-1. And then Sekhukhune United, that game was postponed because we yet to find who they want to play against. And then later that evening, we watched Kaizer Chiefs thrashing Chippa United by 3-0. And the last game we saw was between Mamelodi Sundowns versus Mpeni Home Defenders, where Mamelodi Sundowns won by 2-0. It's the very same game where we saw Tashreeq Matthews getting a red card, and Mpeni Home Defenders failed to capitalize. Instead of having more offensive players on the field, they decided to keep things as is. So we knew, or we expected, that Sundowns was going to win. So the least that Mpeni Home Defenders could do was be a bit more aggressive. Maybe they could have scored one, maybe they could have capitalized or equalized, but they failed to do so. So their score ended up being 2-0. Now we're going to look at the current top goal scorers in the Nedbank Cup. At number 1, we have Tshegofatso Mabasa from Orlando Pirates with 4 goals. We saw him scoring a second hat-trick of the season against Baroka FC. He's currently number 1 on the list with 4 goals. Next up, we have Sandile Mthethwa from Amazulu FC with 3 goals. That was also a hat-trick from the player. And then number 3, we have Tashreeq Matthews with 3 goals, Zachmovic with 3 goals, which is representing TS Galaxy, and then we also have Pule Modi from Kaizer Chiefs with 3 goals. So we're not going to focus on the players with 2 goals, we're just going to end it on 3 goals. As we mentioned, that the kickoff times, venues, and dates are yet to be confirmed, and once everything is confirmed, we will post a video on it. So moving right along, let's look at the quarterfinal draw that has been confirmed. So the first game that we will see, it's between Durban City, which will be playing at home, versus Marumo Gallants, and then the second game will be Mamelodi Sundowns playing at home versus either Royal AM, Milford FC, or Sekhukhune FC. And then the third game that we will witness, it's between SuperSport United playing at home against Orlando Pirates, the defending champions. That is one exciting fixture that I'm looking forward to. And lastly, we're going to be having Stellenbosch FC playing at home against Kaizer Chiefs. That is also one interesting fixture because we already know that Kaizer Chiefs has done a double against Stellenbosch, and they will look forward to making it 3 wins against Stellenbosch in just one season. And on the other side, I believe that Stellenbosch will also want to give a tough time because they're also in a quest of winning this competition. So that is one interesting fixture to look out for. So please use the comment section down and let us know which fixture are you looking forward to and what are your score predictions. If you have enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to Football In and Out for more in-depth football content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.